I am so tired, but I really want to just give a talk about my day. Went to Hampton Court Palace, and yeah, I am shattered. The weather was not very good. Light rain with occasional like heavy showers, but luckily there was a lot of tents, so we managed to get inside the tents during the heavy rain, and the rest of the time it was okay. And it was when we decided to leave around 5:30, we got in the car, everything was fine, and yeah, there was like an hour and a half journey back, and it was just pouring down of rain the whole time. So even though it wasn't the best of weather, it could have been a lot worse. You know, it could have been that heavy rain that we got after 5:30 could have been there throughout the whole day. So at least it wasn't that bad. My mum did definitely ruin the day quite a lot. Like we got there and we basically just separated, like me and my dad and my mom, and we never really stayed together. We always just walk off and do our own thing. And then halfway through, my mum called, "Hey, I've got sandwiches. I'm sitting on a chair. I'm saving a chair for you." She's watching some talk, and then she said she was in a tent, and then the main tent, and I was like, "Okay, I'm just outside. I'll be there in 2 minutes." I walk around. She said she's at the front of the main tent, and it's a very, very, very big tent. But she says she's at the front, and there was no talk at the front, and she wasn't there. And then I tried calling her. She didn't pick up. I called again. I called again. I called again. And then for like 10 minutes, I was just calling, gave up, ended up walking around, couldn't see her, and then walked off. And then again, she called, "Hey, I've still got the sandwiches. Are you coming? Why weren't you picking up your phone?" And then she says, "Oh yeah, no, we are here. It's just by a certain area." And I noticed that there was a big sign saying the pavilion area was over that area. And she said, "It's by the exit." And so I was thinking, okay, yeah, there was tents everywhere. The whole place was full of tents. So her sitting in a tent, listening to a talk meant absolutely nothing because there was loads of tents where there was little talks going on. So, but yeah, did this massive walk again, came mounted to nothing. And I was trying to call her. "Where are you? Why are you not picking up?" So annoying. Eventually, after about half an hour, she told me that it's in the big tent, but at the back, not at the front. And it's a very very big tent. It takes a long time walking from one end to the other of that tent. But yeah, eventually found her, and and then we stayed together for like 10 minutes. I ate the sandwich, and she walked off. So that was, and then at the end, or she also started going manic, and we were all ready to leave, and then she was just like literally, "Oh, I haven't done this stall. Oh, I haven't done this stall," and going up to every stall, trying to have a long conversation. And this was just like, oh my gosh, can't you understand? We've been here a long time. I don't know why you haven't done this area. You probably just stayed in the same area the whole time because you didn't want to get wet or something. And then right as we managed to finally drag her near the exit, she revealed that she'd actually just bought me an umbrella. You know, the umbrella that I bought 2 weeks ago. I didn't have an umbrella, and well, she thought she didn't know that I'd bought another one, and so she had just bought an umbrella, and it was a musky pink color. Okay, it might have been slightly prettier and more designer than the one that I have, but she paid £150 for it, and she was just like, "Oh, it's worth £250. They've sold out. This is the last one they have, and it was very good value, so I had to buy it." And I was just like, "Well, this is the first day, and they've got like another few days left of this market thing, and this Hampton Court thing." And I doubt that they, and then she, "Oh no, they do have one more." It's like, no, I doubt they have one more. I bet they're just telling you whatever you want to hear so that you'd buy it. And so that, my umbrella cost me £8.50, and okay, this one is better than that, but 250, I doubt that it's worth 250. But you have to say it's worth 250 because that's how you sell it for 150. Because people like my mum fall for every single lie that salesmen say to people. Even though she didn't even want it, even though I don't actually like sunbathing in, like, I like getting a tan and stuff. I feel like now I'm getting older, I need to have something to cover my skin, because my skin it gets, after you get to 36, you really need to start covering up a little bit more, just because the skin burns, and I don't want to end up like really old and wrinkly. So I'm being a little bit more cautious about my skin. But yeah, England doesn't really get that hot here, so you only really need to use the sun thing for about a couple of weeks in the summer. And yeah, Anyway, but other than that, it was okay. I bought a little. There was a little blue bird that was quite cute. I also want to show this dress because this is a Primark rainbow dress. I really quite like it. Not shaped amazingly well, but I love the colouring on it. And I realised when I got on the train, I bought it about a year ago, but I realised it actually matched my bag. I didn't even know it matched my bag. This was just the bag that I was having, and it's a TY collection as well. I'm a big fan on the TYs. That's where the Rex is. But yeah, it's like, oh, that's such a perfect match. It's literally identical, even though they're completely different companies. It's almost like TY predicted that I'd bought this special dress and had given me a bag that's identical. And it's also a pussy bag because I think that's a cat. At least it's got like whiskers. Anyway, and what else did I want to say? I noticed that in my mum's bathroom, there's like this little flag saying, not saying God save the king, but it's actually God love the king. I've noticed they've changed that. I don't know if that's going to be if that's a traditional thing or whatever, but it got me thinking that, save the queen. Okay, yes, I am the queen of the world, and it could be saying, my higher self, save me because I need it. But yeah, it also could be save the queen because the English queen was deceived by everyone else and was worshipping nonsense. So she needs to be saved from the religion that she was worshipping, even though she thought it was the truth, but it wasn't. But yeah, I feel like to say God love the king, I feel like that's more evidence that the king knows about me because, yeah, if you saw God as being like this ogre male type, I don't think kings would want to have that saying God love the king because it'd be like, well, he's male, he's not gay. So I don't know. I feel like that's a sign that I'm pretty sure King Charles knows about me. But anyway, he's got the coronation actually is in Scotland tomorrow, I think, or something. But yeah, I was planning on going to Legoland or Chessington tomorrow, but I am so tired from all the walking that I did today and the show yesterday and stuff. So I don't know what I'll do. I'll decide in the morning how depending on how tired I am. But I know I'm going to I'll think about it. I've got my bike, but I'm taking my bike back to Birmingham and then I'm coming back by coach. I need to go back to feed my fish. I have to give them another fish biscuit. And I also want to go to the gym and stuff. But yeah. What else? There was some other things that were going. Yeah, I was during this thing. I was kind of thinking about Russell Howard and the sort of sexual jokes that he keeps making, or some of them. There was loads of them, and I can't really remember them. But it just reminded me of how all my main phrases, like "Why are they not coming to me?" or um, "Why aren't you exposing me?" Both of those two things, it's just really strange because they have like, it's like my higher self has like a sexual joke around them, or people have designed the English language to just pervert my main sentences. And it kind of made me think, if you wanted to make a joke about what I'm going through, which is not a good thing because it's kind of awful, but yeah, if I'm saying, why are you not coming to me, I can just see like a couple of guys just be like, we are. And then I'm like, no, you're not. That's you're not understanding. I don't mean that. And then with the just, why aren't they exposing me? And it's just like, yeah, if we did take your clothes off, you'd just complain and tell us off. I don't mean it like that. And it's just like, yeah, I'm having weird. I don't know. All my main. There's so many things that I kind of say, and it's just. Why have you decided to make that word? Who made that word coming? Like, as in people coming to you, and then you've turned it into something perverted and expose me. I want to get on TV and expose myself as being God, and it's actually also the same word for taking your clothes off. Who's done this? I didn't do this. Someone has perverted all these words, and it's really annoying.